but I'm here for Fight Night picks. See ya. UFC Fight Night this Saturday. We just came off an electric UFC 299 card. This one's a little more calm, but always value on the board. And let's start with the main event. I'm looking at Ty Bam Bam Tuivasa taking on Marcin Tybura. And I'm going to go with Tuivasa money line, but I will say this. Oh, my goodness, a deep sigh from Buckets. Is he coming out of showdown retirement? I already feel it in the air. I'm reading the tea leaves. I see his little smirk, but let me give the analysis first. Ty Tuivasa, this line is a little suspicious, so maybe I understand why he's on it. I would have imagined he would be a bigger favorite in this spot. He's coming off 3 straight losses and was finished in all of them, but they were against elite heavyweight strikers, Cyril Gane, Sergey Pavlovich, Alexander Volkov. This is his most winnable matchup in a long time against Marcin Tybura, a guy who I like to call a clinch merchant. He will just get his hands on you, try to lay on you against the fence, and hopefully grind out a decision. I don't think he'll put Tuivasa at risk. So here's my caveat. I'm going to play Tuivasa money line. You can play knockout plus 110, but you can also put a small bet on Marcin Tybura by decision at plus 650 to hedge yourself. That way, if Tuivasa is unable to knock him out, if he grabs him up, just leans on him, and ends up grinding out an ugly decision, you can hedge yourself and cover your bet. So that's the first one in the main event. And then I like Charalampos Grigoriou. Good luck saying this one on the recap. Yeah. This is a Cyprian fighter. No fighters out of Cyprus right now. Let me tell you something. As a Greek man myself, the Cyprians still got that warrior culture about them.
Yes.
I think Chip knows. This guy trains at Longo Weidman MMA, very famous MMA gym. He's getting a lot of one-on-one time with Ray Longo, the head coach, and he's making his UFC debut here against Chad Anheliger, a sort of crafty veteran with good footwork. But it feels like a setup fight. You see a 37-year-old against a much younger guy making his debut out of Longo Weidman. I think the Cyprian has the ferocity and the power to run through Anheliger. So I'm going to take him on the money line. More juice than I typically give out to you. You know I like to bring UFC plus money picks, but minus 165, I still find value here. So that's my pick for the prelims in UFC Fight Night.
Well, I mean, you did acknowledge that there was a smirk on Bucket's face. And in his defense, he often has that smirk for no reason whatsoever. But Buckets, maybe there's a reason this time?
Yeah, I smirk all the time without reason, but this is one of those very meaningful smirks here. I announced a couple weeks ago after my heart episode that I was no longer doing showdowns. I had to remove stress from my life. I had to be careful. But at the same time, I'm not going to turn down easy money when I'm looking at somebody taking Ty Tuivasa on the money line. You're calling Tybura a clinch merchant. He can be a clinch merchant. He's won 8 of his last 10 fights, and one of his 2 losses came to that same Alexander Volkov that beat Tuivasa. So it's not like he's also not losing to elite opponents here. I don't think Tybura should be the underdog. I would have played him at minus 115, minus 130 here. So Danny, Brasco, if you're up for it, and if my heart will hold up here, I'm coming out of retirement, baby, because this one screams for a showdown. You in?
Get the baby aspirin out, Snake. Play the music.
Wow. That was awesome. Oh, by the way, Buckets, I don't even know what that is. You started the show with that. What is that?
That is the celebration of Portuguese striker Victor Gutierrez playing for Sporting. Whenever he scores, he runs towards the opponent fans and just does this. And for some reason, I think it's really sick. So I've started doing it. It's not working in my dating life that well, but I have started doing it more frequently day to day.
I'm
Dude,
shocked.
never doubt Bucket's chops. This guy is not like this guy's watching, right?
Yes.
I mean, like you have to watch to know the Selly for sporting in the Portuguese league. Like that's not even a Big 5 league. That's incredible.
That actually is incredible. I'm glad you pointed that out.